Listen with all your heart. God's promises are steadfast. You are never alone. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let go of the distractions that constantly demand your attention. In this moment, allow yourself to be still, to quiet the noise within, and to truly listen, not just with your ears but with your heart. You have been carrying so much. The weight of responsibility, the stress of uncertainty, the silent battles no one else sees. I know them all. I see the nights you lie awake, replaying conversations, questioning your decisions, and wondering if things will ever get better. You feel like you have to hold everything together, but I want you to know that you don't. That is not your burden to bear alone. Come to me. Bring me your worries, your fears, your exhaustion. Let me carry what you were never meant to carry. My arms are open. My love is endless, and my peace is available to you. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to prove yourself worthy. I love you simply because you are mine. Can you feel it? My presence is surrounding you even now. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. When you feel alone, remember this. I am always here. When the world feels chaotic, find rest in me. My love is a refuge, a place where you can lay down your burdens and simply be. So, for just a moment, let everything else fade away. Let my words settle in your soul. I am speaking to you, calling you back to peace, back to love, back to me. This moment is yours and mine. Cherish it. Encourages deep reflection and stillness in a noisy world. Acknowledges the burdens of life and offers divine peace as a solution. Reinforces God's closeness and unconditional love. God's promises are steadfast. You are never alone. How many times have you felt abandoned? How many times have you whispered in the silence, God, are you even there? My child, I have heard every word. I have seen every tear. Even when you could not feel me, I was there. The enemy wants you to believe that you are alone, that no one understands your pain, that no one truly cares. But that is a lie. You were never alone. Not in your struggles, not in your failures, not even in your moments of deepest sorrow. I have walked beside you through it all. When you look back at your life, you may see pain, betrayal, and disappointment. But look closer. Do you see the moments when you should have fallen, but something unseen held you up? The times when you thought you had reached the end, yet somehow you found the strength to continue? That was me. Every closed door that led you to something better, every near miss that protected you from harm, every whisper of hope in your darkest night. It was always me. You are my child, and I will never forsake you. My promises are not empty words. When I say I will never leave you, I mean it. When I say I have a plan for you, trust that it is a plan for good. Even now, I am working in ways you cannot see. Do not mistake my silence for absence. Sometimes, I am quiet because I am preparing something greater than you could ever imagine. Trust in my timing. Trust in my love. And above all, trust that you are never alone. Do not let worry and fear control you. I see how fear grips your heart. I see how worry steals your joy. My child, I did not create you to live in bondage to anxiety. I created you to walk in freedom. Every day, your mind races with what ifs. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if the worst happens? But have you noticed that most of what you fear never comes to pass? And even when hardship does come, you survive. You endure. You grow. Fear is a thief. It steals your peace, your confidence, your ability to fully enjoy life. It whispers that you are not enough, that you must be in control at all times, that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But the truth is, you were never meant to carry it all. That is my job. Worry does not add a single moment to your life. It does not solve your problems. It only makes them feel heavier. So, instead of feeding your fear, feed your faith. When anxiety rises, come to me. Tell me your worries, and then leave them in my hands. Remember how I have carried you before. Remember the miracles you have already seen. Do not let temporary troubles make you forget my eternal power. If I have taken care of you in the past, will I not continue to do so now? My child, release the fear. You do not have to figure everything out on your own. I am already working on your behalf. Trust me, and watch how your burdens become light. Faith unlocks miracles. Believe even when you cannot see. Faith is one of the most powerful forces in existence. It is the bridge between despair and hope, between uncertainty and confidence, between fear and courage. But faith is not about seeing immediate results. It is about believing even when you have no evidence in front of you. It is trusting that what has been promised will come to pass, even when all signs seem to point in the opposite direction. Think about a seed planted deep in the soil. When you bury a seed, you do not immediately see its growth. Days pass, sometimes weeks, before any sign of life emerges. But beneath the surface, transformation is happening. The seed is breaking apart. Its roots are reaching down. Its stem is pushing upward. And one day, seemingly out of nowhere, a sprout appears. This is how faith works. Just because you do not see change happening does not mean that nothing is changing. Just because your prayers are not answered overnight does not mean that they are unheard. The moment you place your trust in God, the process begins. Sometimes visibly, sometimes invisibly. Your responsibility is not to control the outcome but to hold on to faith, knowing that what has been planted will grow. It is easy to believe when things are going well. When doors are opening, when blessings are flowing, faith comes naturally. But what about when things fall apart? When prayers seem to go unanswered? When every attempt at progress feels like hitting a wall? This is when faith is truly tested. If you only believe when life is easy, then you are not exercising faith, you are merely responding to circumstances. True faith is believing despite the circumstances. It is standing firm when everything around you suggests you should give up. It is saying, even though I do not see it yet, I trust that God is working. One of the greatest struggles people face is the temptation to doubt when answers do not come quickly. But remember this, God's timing is perfect. Just because something is delayed does not mean it is denied. What you perceive as a setback might actually be preparation. What seems like a closed door might be God redirecting you toward something even better. Take a moment to reflect on your past. How many times have you worried about something, only to later realize that everything worked out just as it was supposed to? How many times have you thought you were facing the end, only to be given a new beginning? If God has been faithful before, why would he not be faithful now? Faith is not a one-time decision. It is a daily choice. Every morning, you must decide whether to let fear take control or to walk in trust. Every challenge that comes your way presents an opportunity. Will you react in doubt, or will you respond in faith? If you are struggling today, if you feel like nothing is changing, remind yourself of this truth. Faith is a journey, not a destination. Keep believing, keep trusting, because just like the seed in the ground, something is growing within you. And in due time, what has been promised will be fulfilled. The power of gratitude, a gateway to more blessings. Gratitude is one of the most transformative forces in life. It has the power to shift your perspective, to elevate your spirit, and to attract more blessings than you ever imagined. Yet, so many people overlook it. They focus on what they lack rather than what they have. They dwell on what is missing rather than what has already been given. If you want to change your life, start by changing what you focus on. Instead of waking up and thinking about what is wrong, train yourself to see what is right. Instead of counting your problems, count your blessings. Because the truth is, no matter how difficult life may seem, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending that struggles do not exist. It means choosing to acknowledge the good even in the midst of hardship. It means saying, yes, this season is difficult, but I am still here. I am still breathing. I still have a purpose. One of the most incredible things about gratitude is that it does not just change your mindset, it changes your circumstances. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you will receive. This is not just a spiritual principle, it is a psychological one. When you focus on abundance rather than lack, your brain begins to recognize opportunities instead of obstacles. Think about the people in your life who radiate joy. What do they have in common? It is not that their lives are perfect. It is not that they have never faced trials. It is that they have chosen to see the beauty in life despite the difficulties. They have cultivated a habit of gratitude, and as a result, they walk in peace no matter what comes their way. Today, make a commitment to gratitude. Start small. Each morning, before you reach for your phone or start thinking about your responsibilities, take a moment to acknowledge 3 things you are grateful for. They do not have to be extraordinary. Could be something as simple as the air you breathe, the roof over your head, or the kindness of a friend. And if you find yourself in a difficult season, practice gratitude even more intentionally. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of resenting the struggle, search for the lesson. When you live in gratitude, you open yourself up to receiving more. Your blessings multiply, and most importantly, you begin to experience life with a deeper sense of peace and joy. The path has been prepared for you, do not look back. Many people live burdened by the weight of their past. They replay mistakes over and over, convinced that they have missed their chance, that they have gone too far, that they will never be able to step into the life they were meant to live. But here is the truth. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. The only thing that defines you is what you choose to do from this moment forward. God has already prepared a path for you. He has already made a way. But you will never be able to walk into the future He has for you if you keep looking back. Imagine trying to drive a car while staring in the rearview mirror. You would crash. You would miss what is ahead of you because you were too focused on what was behind you. This is exactly what happens when you live in regret. You cannot move forward if your mind is stuck in the past. Maybe you made choices you are not proud of. Maybe you have hurt others or others have hurt you. Maybe you feel like you have wasted too much time. But hear this, nothing is wasted in God's hands. He can take even your worst mistakes and use them for good. The question is not whether you have a future, it is whether you will choose to step into it. Today, make a decision to release what is behind you. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Let go of bitterness and shame, and trust that what lies ahead is far greater than anything you have left behind. You are not defined by where you have been. You are defined by where you are going. God's plan for you is still in motion. Your purpose is still intact. Your best days are not behind you. They are ahead of you. So take a deep breath, lift your head, and step boldly into the future that has been prepared for you. Live in my love, walk in my light. My dear child, as you go about your days, never forget this. You are loved beyond measure. You are never alone. I am with you in every step you take. The battles you face are not the end of your story. They are simply chapters in a greater narrative, one where you emerge victorious. Keep your faith strong. Keep your heart open. And know that I am always working for your good. Give me your heart fully. Trust me, and I will transform your life in ways beyond your imagination. You are precious to me. You are cherished. You are deeply loved. Walk in that love today, and let it change everything. This message is not just a reminder of God's love, but a personal invitation to live a life of faith, gratitude, and trust. When you surrender your fears, embrace faith, and walk in gratitude, you will begin to see the incredible ways God is moving in your life. You are chosen. You are loved. You are never alone.